Welcome back to Connervale Park, Game 2 on the Hawks Sports Network. The Humber Hawks looking to rally back from a tough Game 1, a 10-1 loss. My name is Matt Hamill. With me is Chris Clark. And Chris will have Bree Donaldson starting for Humber. And we're going to get a different look, and I'm sure a bit of an effort to kind of rebound after what was a tough Game 1 that kind of got away from them.
Yeah, it was a tough Game 1. That one inning with the 3-run homer is where it all got away from Humber. But they definitely have the ability to bounce back. And they're looking to do just that in this second game. And Bree Donaldson on the mound. We're expecting to see her at least once through the lineup of St. Clair. And then we may see Miranda Pearson, that is, after that. So we'll have to watch for that. And Sarah Stiller starting on the mound for St. Clair in this game. Not many changes in the lineup when you look at it. A couple of new faces for Humber this game. Kate Kostic is in the lineup, as well as Tara Camilleri. And just one change for St. Clair. Tiana Lachance is in the game batting ninth for St. Clair. This game, she did not play last game, so just one change on their lineup. Jessica Hebert is out.
And that brings up Maroon to lead off for St. Clair. Shows bunt. Donaldson, all smiles. And Maroon loses the handle on her bat.
Maroon reached base all 4 times. She was up in game number 1. We'll see if Bree Donaldson can solve Maroon. Had a chance to talk to Brian Lewis, the grandfather, as I mentioned, the Pasmas, and she's Maddie. It's Maddie, right? She's
that's right.
At emergency, getting her hand looked at. A little worried there. The ball hit right in the palm of her hand, and it swelled up and bruised up pretty quick. But there's a good start for Bree Donaldson as a ground ball to Bonnie Gillingham. And there's one down.
Yeah, third-year player Maddie Pasma just didn't look quite like herself, and she'll be taken to be evaluated. Hopefully everything's okay.
Best to get it checked out.
High pitch from Donaldson.
Scuttlebutt between the games is that the first baseman for St. Clair is known to stand in the middle of the bag and seem to block runners as they're going down, and maybe led to the flying elbow that we saw in the first game and led to the ejection of Gregoris. Hopefully we can stay away from any ejections in here in game number 2.
Another high pitch from Donaldson. Get a beautiful look at Connervale Park from our back cam there.
Roulette with 2 hits in game number 1. Went 2 for 4, batted .500 in the game, and her overall batting average went down.
Brings up Megan Lumley. And a good start for Humber. We have a walk there, but to retire Maroon, it's a big step forward. That ball's popped up high. Not sure if Koziolik will be able to get under that. Lands foul.
Long run down left field line. Great facility here at Connervale for the girls this year. I know they've moved around a lot in the past few years.
Yeah, they now join the men's baseball team as here at Connervale Park. Hit right over to Bonnie. Hesitates. Can't get it over to first in time.
Yeah, tough play there by Gillingham. Ranged nicely to her right, backhand of the ball, took a quick look at second, and that's what cost her the out at first. Came out firing to first, probably would have had the runner, but just that little hesitation And doing the right thing, Matt, doing the right thing by looking at second to see if she could get the lead runner. But by that time, it was too late to get Lumley.
Over to Bonnie again. Try to turn the double play. And they'll get it. That'll end the inning. Great job for Humber. Make quick work of the Saints here in game 2.
The old 5-4-3 double play to end the inning. Bonnie comes up with it cleanly, throws it to second to Murphy, over to first for the out.
Get a replay.
Very nicely done.
Just show you what kind of infielder Bonnie Gillingham is.
Just hesitate a little there because it looked like she was thinking about anyway, tagging the runner going to third. But as soon as the runner stopped, which is the right thing for the runner to do, stop. You don't want to get tagged. You don't want to run into a tag, Matt. You got to stop. And the base runner did the right thing, but Humber with a very strong throw from Megan Murphy over to first to complete the double play. Very nicely done. And a good first inning for Bree Donaldson and the Hawks. And now let's see. And the funny thing is they ended the first inning with a double play. And now they've done the same here in game 2. Hopefully they can get some runs, though, in this one.
Looking for a better result. Already Bree Donaldson looking pretty good on the mound. Humber getting their first chance up at bat here. It looks like Vassos will be up first.
Yeah, the lineup for Humber in game 2. Vassos leading off, playing short. Davidson in center field batting second. Megan Murphy at second batting third. Camilleri behind the plate batting cleanup. Franchetto moving up in the batting order, batting fifth now, playing right field. Bonnie Gillingham at second batting sixth. Koziolik in left field batting seventh. Haley Pasma at first batting eighth. And Kate Kostick, the DP, batting ninth.
Chris, kind of interesting to see Sarah Franchetto move up the batting order. I wonder if that's a last-minute adjustment following that home run in the bottom of the seventh.
I was talking to Dwayne between games, and leaving base runners on in the first game is part of the reason he felt the team didn't win that first game. So maybe just switching up a little bit in the middle of the order there. Having now Camilleri 4, Franchetto 5, just mixing up the middle of the order there where you usually do have runners on base in those positions can lead to some runs in this one.
Humber going to have to get the offense going early. Sarah Stiller getting the pitching responsibilities for the Saints, third-year player.
5-1 on the year with a 4.16 ERA.
Vassos pops up. Out number 1. Caught by Michaela Roulette.
Dwayne didn't feel the team was really out of it. Ran into the problems in the fifth inning in that first game. But felt his team can easily bounce back and win this second game. I shouldn't say easily, but he feels they easily have it in them to be able to bounce back and win this second game.
No doubt, with a 9-3 victory against St. Clair just under a week ago. Definitely have that in the back of your mind coming into game 2 here.
And coming off a worst loss of the season, the team may be a little more motivated to get something going here in game 2.
Aaliyah Davidson at bat, 1-1 count.
Mighty swing there by Davidson, but ball was low in the dirt.
Takes a big swing at that one. Davidson will strike out at her first at-bat here in game 2.
I'd like to see players in those positions cut down their swing a little, put the ball in play. Taking those big swings when you have 2 strikes on you and striking out is not helping you or the team. Cut it down, put the ball in play, and anything can happen.
Murphy hits foul Dust off home plate. Humber looking at 2 outs with nobody on. Good hit by Murphy right up the center line. Great job by number 4, Megan Murphy, to get on base here, get things going.
The old patented slap up the middle. Got a lot of control of the ball. When you can do that, you see the ball well, put it in play. Camilleri, who didn't get an at-bat, was officially in the game in the first game, taking the place of Gregoris, but never did get an at-bat. Seeing her first at-bat of the game, and let's see if she can get the Hawks on the board here.
TC takes a crack at that one. Good play by a Hawk fan to
protecting.
Yeah, preserve his wife from that fly ball.
Didn't have the 100% catch on that one, but at least protected. Knocked it down.
Strikeout for the final out of the inning.
Camilleri chasing a high pitch out of the zone. Really like to see Humber control those and not chase, but it's not easy to do. Wind is still blowing out pretty strong to left field in this game, Matt. Humber needs to take more advantage of it. St. Clair did in the first game, hitting 2 home runs. Humber did respond with 1, but obviously not enough.
Brings out the St. Clair lineup. Lauren Schramm up first. We'll see if St. Clair has any of that offensive mojo still on tap. As TC comes out to catch for Bree Donaldson, who had a good first inning, probably looking to pick things up where she left off.
Schramm was 0 for 4 in the first game. Did score a run as she reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning. Camilleri, very strong catcher for Humber. Very strong arm on throws to second base. Didn't see any stolen bases in game 1, Matt.
Have to keep an eye out here. Schramm swings at that. It's hit foul here in the backstop. Get a great look at Connorvale Park. That's hit right past Vassos. Koziolek gets a hand on it in the outfield. Schramm's going to hold up at first.
Nice swing there. Nice line drive to the outfield. Humber now will pull in third baseman Bonnie Gillingham, expecting a bunt here from Jordan Taylor. She's swinging though.
Taylor over to first. Good job by Pasma. Corral that and get the out, although Schramm will advance to second now with 1 out.
Maybe he had the opportunity to look for the lead runner in that play, but at least got 1. Rhea Cowan up now with the home run in the first game. She had the first home run for St. Clair.
That was really a big turning point in game 1. In really a defensive stalemate. Things really opened up with that 2-run shot. And that combined with Humber's inability to get any kind of offense going really was their undoing. 10-1 loss.
Good crowd on hand here today. Hopefully they have some more to cheer about in this game.
Yeah, lots of Humber fans made the trip out to Connervale today. The new home diamond of the Humber Hawks softball team. Men have been playing here for a couple years.
See the Jays Care Foundation sign behind the plate, which is always nice. Get them involved, helping out, building the diamond.
Cowan, but the third pitch in a row she's hit
Mm-hmm.
to left foul territory. Full count. One out with a runner on second.
Real nice pitch there. Took something off that one with the changeup. Had Cowan way out in front, just barely fouled it off to stay alive. Again, we're expecting to see Bree Donaldson go through the lineup once.
Cowan will walk to first. Number 12 in her first year. Jordan Clark up to bat. Strong hit. Safe at second, not able to secure an out there. That will load the bases.
Really good try there by Bree Donaldson, charging that ball hard, making the throw to second. Just not in time, and now, as you mentioned, Matt, the bases are loaded, and another big moment early in this game for St. Clair and Humber.
Been consistent hitting from St. Clair all day.
Mm-hmm. Jordan Clark 1 for 3 in the first game, a single in the fifth inning, and a line drive out in the third inning. So she's hit the ball well a lot of this day. See if she can continue on.
It's hit up to second. Looks like we'll have a runner touch home. Schramm rounds the bases. St. Clair will score the first run of the game. That brings up Maroon.
And
top
that'll
of the
be
batting
it.
order.
That'll be it for Bree Donaldson. As we mentioned, she was expected to go through the order once.
She did just that. As Maroon is back up. Now Miranda Pearson in a bit of a jam. Runners on the corners. See the meeting with the whole infield there. And Humber has all the confidence in the world in Miranda Pearson.
So I mentioned Dwayne and I coached together back in 2014 at the Canadian Nationals. And we brought along a young pitcher named Miranda Pearson. And she did very well in her first appearance at Canadians for us. And it's really nice to see her at this level now.
And what was your impression of a young Miranda Pearson back then?
You know, very impressed. Had 3 pitches, I believe, back then, and was very impressive. She was a lot younger than a lot of our players. She was actually the youngest girl that we brought. When you go to Nationals, you're allowed to call up players and bring players who weren't on your team all year, and Dwayne knew Miranda and asked her to come with us, and she did, and quickly developed at the Nationals and turned out to be one of our better pitchers that we took there. So and she just carried that on. So that was 4 years ago, and here she is now.
In her 4th year as a Humber Hawk. Strike one, right out the gate. All kinds of fans out here today at Connervale.
Tough situation for Moran to come in here with runners on the corners, 2 outs in this inning, trailing 1-0 already in the 2nd inning, and needing a big out here, facing Kim Maroon.
Stolen base attempt at second. Great job by TC at home plate to get the 3rd out of the inning. Wow, what a gun over to home, and TC just holding it down, tagging up that runner.
So a set play there by the Hawks, making it look like they're trying to get the runner at second base, having the throw come right back to home. And as you mentioned, Camilleri, good job. Player tried to slide around Camilleri's leg, couldn't do it. Looked like she almost jammed her her arm as the runner looked like she might have hit Camilleri's leg on that play, but she got up okay. But set play again where the second baseman will come in way before the base, not even attempting to get the runner going to second and throwing that ball back home.
Yeah, great strategy employed there by the Hawks to get out of what could have been a troubling inning. Just 1 run touchdown for the Saints. And it looks like Miranda Pearson will get the Lions' share of the pitching duties from here on out. She looked good coming in there, following up Bree Donaldson.
Kim Maroon will be back up to start the next inning for St. Clair. She was the batter there when that happened. So you're still leading off with your leadoff batter next inning. It's one of those situations, Matt, where, you know, it's tough because you have your 2 best hitters coming up with 2 runners on. But if you can steal a run, you try to do it because then you're still having your 2 best hitters coming up next inning, but now with no one on. So it's tough. It's weighed out, I'm sure, by Doug Wiseman, thinking he could have got the run there, but Humber was up for the challenge.
Up next, Sarah Franchetto. Ball 1. Sarah took one deep. In game 1, and here she is looking to get the Hawks going. St. Clair has been pretty consistent getting on base, and Humber's looking to find their rhythm here today. Still looking in the bottom of the 2nd here in game 2.
Here we go. Leadoff walk.
Brings up Bonnie Gillingham.
Now in the first game, Bonnie was up in this situation. She was hitting all the way. Let's see if the strategy has changed here by Coach Bowles and if they try to advance the runner in this one.
Strike 1.
Didn't look like it.
Shows bunt. You can hear the Humber home crowd coming alive here for Bonnie.
Bonnie's a good bunter. Dwayne has full faith in her being able to get the bunt down. I would bet it's still on. We'll have to see here. 0-2 though. Might take it off.
Ball thrown way outside.
sure Bonnie's probably hitting away now. I lost track of the count there. Obviously at 0-2, you're not most likely going to keep bunting. But I think Dwayne wants to get things going in this game. He didn't really have many opportunities in the first game to run punt. So we'll have to see if he starts to get something going. There's a break for the Hawks. And that bounce up to the plate. Getting the runner over a freeway.
Number 9 makes her way to second.
Now a great opportunity for Bonnie here to get a base hit and get the Hawks on the scoreboard. Hard hit.
Out there. St. Clair elects to focus on Franchetto, so Bonnie makes her way to second. But
well, a great play by the shortstop, Michaela Roulette. Faked the throw to first, and then the base runner, Franchetto, bit. And you can't. You got to stay there. It was just a perfect play by Roulette. And again, those are the kind of plays, Matt, where Dwayne, he doesn't like those. Giving away outs in that situation. You had a runner in scoring position, and it's been erased. And now he's trying to bunt Bonnie over.
With one out, Bonnie on first. You just can't afford to make any miscues against a team like St. Clair.
That ball was so hard hit by Bonnie. It was a good hit right to the shortstop, and that's another reason why Roulette had the opportunity to do it, because even if she does fake the throw, looks for the runner, she probably still would have had time to throw Bonnie out just because it was so hard hit.
Koziolik is retired. Sarah Stiller with a good strikeout. Saints are just looking for one more out.
It's the third strikeout of the game for Stiller.
Bonnie safe at first.
See another Humber alumni sitting behind the plate, and Hillary Redrup. Hillary also came to Nationals with us back in 14. And when I'm talking Nationals, I'm not talking about collegiate Nationals. I'm talking about Canadian softball. I'm not sure what the governing body is. It's PWSA in Ontario. And then we go to Nationals if you qualify. Hillary was very good, first base.
That will generally be a lot of the level of play that a lot of these girls will be in before they come to college, yeah?
Yeah, they'll absolutely, and that's where most of the players are scouted from, and a lot of them get opportunities to play in the United States as well, getting scholarships to play in the States. That midget level, you know, the 16, 17-year-olds are watched very closely. I know Humber's had a tournament the last few years where they've watched players. This year, I know I talking to Dwayne beforehand, and this next summer they're going to do a clinic, a 4-day clinic instead of a tournament. They're not going to hold their tournament this year. Tournaments are a lot of work, Matt, as I'm sure you know, and I just feel like they'll get a better look at players if they do a clinic. So look forward to that next year, next summer.
As you mentioned, Chris, Maroon will be up first. Yeah. It's going to land foul, but that's popped up. Good grab by Franchetto after a monster first game for Kim Maroon. Here she not able to get on base in her first two at-bats. brings up Michaela Roulette. Ball one.
Roulette with a walk in the first inning. Was left on base after the double play to close out that first.
Big swing. Pearson with a great pitch to get Roulette swinging. Pitch is low. Pearson's going to bring this count to 3-1.
Nice pitch.
3-2 count.
Real good pitch there on a 3-1 count. Had the batter leaning out over the plate. Pearson did a good job.
Hit up to second. Good throw. Over to Haley Pasma. Out number 2. Good job by Humber. Coming out in this inning, getting 2 outs. Nobody on base. The thing with St. Clair is they've just been in such a rhythm offensively, just putting people on base, second, third.
It's a good point you make. They just keep going, keep going. They have that rhythm going.
Pearson guns it over to first. Throw comes in low. She's safe. Alexandra Sept.
Another situation there where Coach Wiseman trying to make something happen with 2 outs, putting down the bunt, getting a base hit. We haven't seen that from Dwayne today.
That's popped up. Deep, handled by Aaliyah Davidson. Round of applause here from the home crowd. Humber now going to get a chance to add some runs, add a run. Tough going offensively last game, only able to drill home the 1-run shot by Franchetto deep into left field.
Yeah, and when we talked to Dwayne before game 1, the one thing he kept bragging about is how well this team hits. He's got to get them going now. It's time to make a charge here. Bottom of the third, trailing in this game, losing the first game by a wide margin. He often holds little team gatherings between innings, and I'm sure that's the message now. Let's start hitting the ball. Let's start driving the ball.
The beautiful Connervale Park on a windy Saturday. Of course, after this game, men's baseball team will be taking on St. Clair. Check that. They'll be taking on the Durham Lords this afternoon. Probably here on the Hawk Sports Network. First game scheduled for 5 o'clock. Gonna have to race all this broadcast equipment over there, get set up. Right now, big chance for the Humber Hawks to ideally split this series against St. Clair. Right now the season matchup is 2-1 in favor of the Saints.
Humber now still in a tie with Fanshawe for third place in the standings, just behind Durham. Cannot catch Durham now as they're 4 points up, but want to move ahead of Fanshawe. Humber has one game in hand, which is being played right now on Fanshawe.
Hit up to the first baseline. Maroon secures that out. Kate Kostuk didn't get too much on that hit.
Kostuk, the designated player in this game. Gregoris, the designated player in game one, ejected from the game, and we're hearing not eligible to play in this game either.
That's a big blow for Humber, their #1 hitter. But that'll shake things up, and we'll see if they can find a way to get things going. The wind picks up here. Bree gets that to drop. Check that, Alexa Vassos.
Right fielder with a good play, actually, Matt. Made a nice shoestring catch on that one.
It's tough to see from our angle here, but looked like it might have found the gap. That'll be out #2. Brings up Davidson. Popped up. Out #3.
Made a habit of that today. I think that's the 4th time Davidson has flown out to the center fielder. Just missing. Once again, Humber cannot get it going offensively.
It's been one of those days. Miranda Pearson will come back out. You can find everything Humber Hawks on Instagram at Humber Hawks. And on Twitter, that's also at Humber Hawks. Game day pictures, info on fan giveaways. Get things going here. Top of the 4th.
This game flying along. With only one run so far. It's moving along nicely.
St. Clair brought home that run in the 2nd. With Bree Donaldson having a bit of trouble with the bottom of that Saints batting order. And that brought out Pearson, who's been lights out.
You're okay, Matt. It was over our head.
Has it dropped yet?
We're good. Yeah, it's dropped.
I've never taken a softball to the head, but I don't
think you
want
want
to find
to.
out
Neither
what it's
have I.
like. Murphy can't get a hold of it. Lauren Schramm safe at first.
Just didn't get the glove down. That'll go as an error to Megan Murphy. Not a great way to start this 4th inning.
Jordan Taylor Lays down the bunt. Picked up by Murphy. That hits the batter. And Jordan Taylor is on the ground. Looked like she might have been hurt there.
I think the ball went off the first baseman's glove and then deflected over to the runner. I'm not sure if she stepped on the ball, Matt, or just hit her leg, and then she did fall down. So
she's been helped up now. So
speedy runner, Jordan Taylor for St. Clair. Doug Wiseman now going over to make sure she's okay as Humber kneels with respect, waiting for her to get up.
Yeah, all eyes are on Jordan Taylor right now. Put things on pause here.
Looks like she's all right. Going to stay in the game. She's back on first base anyway.
A little bit of toughness on display by Jordan Taylor. Stays in the game.
We're now 2 on, Matt, with nobody out, and Cowan, who hit the home run in the first game, up at bat. So we'll see what happens here. Unlikely he'll ask Doug Wiseman, that is, will ask the power hitter to lay a bunt down. No, she's going to be swinging away.
Strike one on the board. TC is just going to regroup.
Sending some signals to her infielders. And they know where to go here. If St. Clair does have anything on, and they are going to ask her to bunt. Fouls it off.
Big cut from Cowan. Lands foul.
I think Pearson got that one a little bit too close to the strike zone for her, Coach Bowles' liking there. 0-2 pitch.
Ball down there.
That was a good pitch. Low outside. Had that opportunity to waste one. Probably get another one in the same place.
Hit right back to Miranda. Double play opportunity. She's called safe, but Humber does get the out at second. Miranda Pearson just narrowly dodging a line drive. She caught a piece of it with her glove, it looked like.
Got a good bounce off the glove. Right to Vassos, who got the out at second and tried for the double play. Just a little late at first, so now runners at the corners with one out. And Jordan Clark at the plate. She singled back in the second.
Pearson came into the game in a tough spot and trying to get the Hawks out of one here in the top of the fourth.
Need a pop up to the infield here, or double play. Both of those would be nice. A strikeout, of course, would be nice as well.
Bunt is foul. Brings up a 2-2 count. Jordan Clark came into the day batting .289. Big swing for the strikeout. One more out needed for Humber to get out of here.
Runner at third coming in here. 2 outs. Catcher rule, I guess. Humber should be on alert here. You never know what's going to happen. And as you saw there, a bunt. Doesn't surprise me trying to squeeze in a run here with a 1-run lead. Trying to add to it.
Big swing by the Chance.
That first attempted bunt, Matt, not only did Wiseman see that the corners were playing deep, but as soon as you get the bunt down, then they pull in. You have a better opportunity to drive by them, but a weak ground ball gets them out of the inning.
Lachance rolls that up to first. That'll bring up the bottom of the fourth. Again, St. Clair successfully putting runners in scoring position. We've seen it all day. And when Humber has had a miscue, that's really been what's bringing home these St. Clair runs. Luckily, able to tighten up defensively there and get out of the thing.
Yeah, that was a good job by Humber for sure. To get out of that inning after the first couple of batters did reach base. Runner at third base, 1 out, but not able to bring them in. So good job by Humber defensively. And we've said it all day, but it's time to get hitting. It's time to get those sticks going. Wake them up. Get them, get some runners on base and drive them in.
And in your experience, what's it going to take to get a whole team concerted effort here to get everything going?
Well, in these situations, I'm tempted very often to try to make something happen. You don't like to overcoach. You don't try to, think you can make a difference in the game as the coach. But maybe it's time to try to lead off bunt. Maybe it's time to do something like that. Now, Megan Murphy, who's leading off here, is a slap hitter, so most likely St. Clair will be playing a couple of the infielders in anyway, so it might be more difficult to bunt. But when you put a ball in play, Matt, anything can happen. You're hoping something happens on a bunt, maybe a miscue, a missed throw, something. You gotta try to generate something. As Coach Bowles has to try something to get his team going, but I don't think we're going to see it early here with Murphy.
Megan Murphy. Strike one. We have Megan Murphy's two brothers warming up for their game on the field behind us. Her brother Keegan Murphy's a fifth-year player.
I love that attempt there by Murphy. I think she might have done that her own. I didn't see any signs come from Dwayne on that pitch. She noticed that the third baseman playing a little deep, tried to put it down. I like that call. But now deep in the hole, 0-2, she's got to be swinging away. But again, time to cut down your swing and put the ball in play.
Big swing, can't connect. First out of the inning brings up TC.
Next at bat is Tara Camilleri.
She can put the ball deep. Hoping to give this Humber offense a shot in the arm. Fouled off.
It's almost like everyone's waiting for something to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. Maybe, as you mentioned, Camilleri can get things started offensively here for the Hawks. Good eye there. That was very close to the outside corner. Nice call. Dwayne liked that one.
Get a good look at Coach Dwayne. TC got a piece of that one. Hit foul. Just outside. Ball 2.
Good pitch from Stiller there. Up in the count, 1 and 2. You don't want Camilleri to hurt you on a 1-2 pitch.
Another pitch outside to load this count up.
Very close. Camilleri with a good eye on a couple of these pitches that were very close to the outside corner. As a catcher, you know the umpire's tendencies as well, though, and Camilleri may be reading off that, knowing that an outside pitch he hasn't been calling, so he can take that for a ball.
Hit up to left field. Out number 2. Humber not able to get anyone on base. Sarah Franchetto up to bat. Gets a hold of that. Center fielder runs over to get the 3rd and final out.
Quickly and quietly there in the 4th. Humber once again struggling at the plate. We've said it all day. It has been a struggle offensively today for the Hawks, losing game 1 10-1, losing this one 1-0. Still lots of time in this one, and you're still in the ball game, but got to get some offense going at some point.
That's right. And you got to give St. Clair credit. Tight defensive play, good pitching. But for Humber, is this more of a mental thing to get over right now?
A lot of it can be, for sure.
Miranda Pearson and the rest of the Humber fielders will jump out here, try to make quick work of the Saints. 1-0 score after 4 innings here on the Hawks Sports Network.
And everything is going nice and swimmingly for St. Clair right now. And they're playing well defensively. No mistakes in the field. And Coach Wiseman just keeps on plugging away on the offense. So things are working out right now for St. Clair. I love the graphics on the broadcast today. They look slick.
Yeah, give full credit to Jay.
Nice crew. Everyone working hard today. Reminds me of my time at the Fan. And well, it was actually before the Fan became the Fan Radio. I worked for CJCL Radio, engineered games for Tom Cheek and Jerry Howarth. And that was a lot of fun. Did that for a few years in the booth with them. Started at Exhibition Stadium. That's how old I am.
Nice play over at first. Was that still before it was the Fan? Was that still a Rogers entity there?
No. It was owned by Telemedia Broadcasting for years. In fact, Telemedia sold to Standard in the early 2000s, and then in 2001, Rogers bought the station. But this was back in 1989 when I started working there, and owned by a company called Telemedia, which is no longer in business, but a good company at the time.
Good start for Humber. 1 out here. Pearson's down 1-0. Here against Michaela Roulette. Roulette shows bunt. TC can't quite jump under that. Just got away from her.
And again, big reason why Roulette is the #1 hitter in the league. Finding opportunities, looking around at the infield positioning, trying to lay down a bunt in this situation.
Right up the third baseline. Bonnie can't quite get a handle on it. Roulette is safe at second.
Tough play by Gillingham there. Had to range to her right, got the glove down. It just short hopped under her glove and made its way out to left field. In my books, that's a double. Tough play. Looked like it might have skipped on her just a little bit before it got under her glove.
Yeah, line drive right down that third baseline. Hopping along the ground.
So runner at second base here with one out. Top of the fifth with St. Clair leading 1-0. Miranda Pearson doing a good job since she's come into the game. Hasn't given up any runs yet. It's worked 2 1/3 now.
Humber's official varsity fan club, Hawks Nation, has gone all out here today. The whiteout shirts have been distributed.
Thank goodness we got them. Keeping us a little warm anyway.
It's an extra layer which
That's
you
right.
can use on a day like today. Of course, over at that tent, they got Humber Hawks logos on just about everything you could imagine. Scarves, also a good addition on an autumn day.
Things have changed a little bit in the years I've been around.
You guys didn't have the promo tent back at the hockey games? No? Too cold?
No, no such thing.
Popped up to Koziolek. Out number 2.
Play at the old Westwood Arena, not far from the college.
I know you remember some opposing players that maybe gave the broadcast booth a hard time.
You had to bring that up, didn't you, Matt?
Do you remember any Humber players stand out to you from your time back then?
Sure, Scott Cooper, goalie. I think he's in the Humber Hawk Hall of Fame.
He absolutely is.
Paul Jackson. He was a good player when I was there. You know, if I had that book, there's a whole bunch of names in there that I recognized. Can't think of them all right now, but it was a really good team back then. I was reminiscing with Jimmy Bialik a little between games, talking about our time in Quebec for the Nationals, and he did confirm they did win the bronze medal back then. But a lot of shenanigans were going on that I was unaware of at the time with fans and players and everything else. Fans throwing matches on the bench. How does that happen? What happens there? That could be us, Matt. You ready? Foul ball
About
back
15
towards
feet
us.
away.
Anyway, nothing that you people listening should be even considering. But yeah, just talking about the good old days. And he said he went out that night and was sitting beside a guy from AC/DC. How that happens in Quebec, I don't know. Well, they were there for a show.
Well, you go up for a hockey tournament. Next thing you
never know, right?
Signed the lead guitarist for AC/DC. Another one coming right at us.
Oh, boy.
Now, that was as close.
That's close. It's getting
they've
closer,
gotten all
guys.
day.
Everyone was bailing out around me.
We just tested the strength of the tent, and it held up.
Yeah, it did
But
hold up.
Might be now some kind of structural flaw.
Yeah, we need an engineer out here to make sure it's still stable. Big strikeout there to end the inning. For the third time in this game, Sept has been the third out in the game. Third out in the inning. Yeah, we used to do the game up in the Westwood Arena, the hockey games, the last row of the stands, and I'll never forget, you mentioned players I remember. There was a guy who played for Sheridan who thought it was his job at the end of every period to pull our plug out, usually by smashing it with his stick. And I'll never forget the guy's name. It was Dean Reynolds. So wherever Dean Reynolds is nowadays, I hope you're still not smashing extension cords, because it wasn't fun.
We should have a wanted poster at this broadcast, because God forbid he pulls out our cord here. I think we got some good camera angles. Wouldn't want this all to drop. Now, you wanted an engineer to come by, look at the tent. We just had Austin come by.
Is everything good up there, Austin? Okay, good. Everything's good. We had the tent inspected.
An engineer he is not, but all smiles and
Well,
Good head of hair.
now we
on
know who
that
to
kid.
sue if something happens. He gave us the thumbs up, so it's all good.
You can hear the intro music coming over the loudspeakers. You know that Bonnie Gillingham is coming up.
Matt, I feel it. This is the inning.
There,
I feel
suspense
it.
has been here
It's
all
been
day. People
building
just
up.
waiting for things to get going, and
11 innings in, it's been building up. I feel this is the inning the Hawks are going to make it happen. And if they don't, I apologize.
Bonnie watches the first pitch go by. Strike one.
Looked like a curve ball there. Was heading towards her, just curved right down over the plate as it approached her. Nice pitch by Stiller.
Big swing for strike two.
They're guessing right now at the plate. Not swinging with confidence. Let's see if they waste a pitch here on an 0-2. Yeah.
Number two with ball two.
Okay, good job by Bonnie. Fighting back here. Got the count even. Now she should look to drive the ball.
Here comes another one. Just over our heads.
It's stuck on the canopy. It's somewhere up above us.
If we catch it, does
It's
that
coming
count as an
close.
out?
There we go.
Bonnie gets a piece of that one.
Yeah, nice job by Bonnie on that one. Protecting the plate, staying alive in the at-bat. Trying to extend the at-bats here. Trying to get Stiller to throw some pitches in this ball game. She's had it pretty easy so far.
Again, Bonnie with a foul.
I like this as the leadoff batter. Seeing a lot of pitches. Fans trying to get the Hawks going here in the 5th inning.
Bonnie pops that up. Looks like that's going to land fair. She'll hold up at first. Great job by Gillingham to lead off.
And a great at-bat for Bonnie Gillingham.
Next at bat is Hannah.
Was behind 0-2, fought back. She didn't look good on the first 2 pitches. The second pitch in particular, she lunged for, but fought back and fought off some pitches, saw a lot of pitches, and was then able to go with the outside pitch and hit it down the right field line. So here we go. Leadoff batter on.
Hannah calls for time. She's ready to roll, staring down Sarah Stiller.
Dwayne putting some signs down here. Koziolik. Again, mentioning watching batting practice before the game, hitting the ball with a lot of power. If she could get one up now into this jet stream, this wind that's been blowing out to left field, Humber could quickly move into the lead.
Touch that foul.
Dwayne putting the bunt sign down for Koziolik on that one.
With Bonnie on first. Fouled that out.
Good swing by Koziolik on that pitch. I think Humber's picking up the ball a little better now, being a little more patient at the plate. Let's see if they can take advantage here of working counts late.
High pitch. 2-2 count.
Stiller trying to get Koziolik to chase one out of the zone there on that 1-2 pitch. Good job, staying patient. And now once again, the with an even count, chance here to drive the ball.
Struck out. Big play from Sarah Stiller.
Second strikeout looking in this game for Koziolik. Which could drive coaches mad a little bit.
Big swing by Pasma.
Again, her sister Maddie was unfortunately taken to hospital after the first game, or during the first game, after taking a throw to the hand from Matheson Green on a bunt attempt. Hand swelled up and was taken for precautionary measures over to the hospital to get checked out. Hopefully she's all right and can rejoin the team.
Struck out here.
Promising start to this inning is quickly evaporated with back-to-back strikeouts.
Looking at 2 outs. The runner on first.
Nice healthy swing there by Kostic to start the at-bat. Grounded out to first last time up in the third inning. Boy, Sarah Stiller is buckled down here after the leadoff single to Gillingham. Back-to-back strikeouts, and now 0-2 to Kostic.
Popped up, Sarah Stiller.
Ah.
Going to handle that for the third out.
Boy,
Bonnie
Humber
stranded on first.
having troubles offensively. And they continue to the 6th inning, Matt.
Yeah, a bit of second guessing, and you know, you mentioned it. Just guessing, and the confidence is not there right now. Something's going to have to get things going. This time, different complexion heading in to the 6th inning. Just down a run. Still shut out, though, which is pretty much how the story was in game 1.
And really out of character for this team all year long. They've been hitting the ball really well. Cannot do it this afternoon so far.
High pressure situation, just about the whole school out here watching this game at Connervale. And a lot of support from the home fans, but lately not much to cheer about. We've seen great pitching from Pearson ever since she's come in. Lauren Schramm up to bat.
Talk about great pitching. Obviously, the pitchers for St. Clair today have really handled the Hawks. Olivia Elliott in game 1. Sarah Stiller here in game 2. If it wasn't for the home run in game 1 in the 7th inning, there's been nothing to talk about for Humber.
Couple of deep shots into foul territory by Schramm. St. Clair only has one fifth-year player. That's Michaela Roulette. They'll be missing her next year, but looks like they have a pretty good talent pool of young players moving on up.
Here's
Jordan
one of them
Taylor.
here, her
Yeah.
second year player.
After she went down with an injury at first base, she's looking pretty good right now. Doesn't appear to be favoring that ankle that we suspected she might have hurt. Good pop up there. Koziolik makes the grab for the out. Number 2.
Again, Miranda Pearson doing a great job since she's come into the game. This is her 4th inning of work. No runs given up so far. Given up a base runner every inning she's been in, but except this one so far. But no runs allowed. And then we got out of it quickly here in the 6th.
Popped up to Aaliyah. Sure hands at center field.
Ball was hit well, but right on a line right to Davidson.
Brings us to the bottom of the 6th.
And the top of the order coming up. So
you see a meeting here with the entire Humber team. Coach Dwayne Bowles at the epicenter of that. What do you think the message is here to the Hawks?
Stay patient at the plate. I think Bonnie Gillingham displayed it with the at-bat last inning where she was behind 0-2 and then drive the ball. And if you get 2 strikes, you got to cut down your swing. That was always my advice to girls. Now, some coaches don't advise that, but I just like getting balls in play once you're down 2 strikes. And the Hawks have struck out, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times so far in this game. So cutting down on those strikeouts is key as well. Top of the order coming up. This team has hit the ball well all year long, and they just got to regain that confidence at the plate. They definitely look like they've lost their confidence at the plate, Matt. And somehow, some way, they got to get that back.
That's the thing about softball or any sport, really. You know, on any given day, everything can go right, or you just can't seem to find your bread and butter. Alexa Vassos going to have to dig deep with Aaliyah Davidson following up behind her.
I see the Humber, can maybe hear the Humber bench on the broadcast getting into the game, and that could have been a message from the coach as well. Let's get into this one. Let's start cheering and supporting the team and getting them pumped up. See what happens.
You know, early in game 1, we saw St. Clair hit a 2-run home run, and you know, it wasn't that much energy going through the St. Clair bench. Humber really thrives off of energy. They get really high, and right now,
there we go.
Good hit up the center line. Great leadoff shot by Vassos. You get the impression St. Clair is just one of those teams that plays it cool all throughout the game. Humber needing a boost right now. Got a good leadoff hit from Vassos.
To watch defense now, see if the corners come in for St. Clair. First baseman takes a few steps in. Not too tight, but tight enough for Davidson. Healthy swing there. I wouldn't be surprised if Dwayne has changed and put the bunt down now. Give her one chance to drive the ball, then now let's advance the runner. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, shows bunt.
Unfortunately, now behind in the count, 0-2. That's the danger of letting them swing away on the first pitch. You missed the bunt. Now you're in the hole. But as Gillingham showed us, gotta be patient now.
Fouled back, 0-2 count.
Dwayne put a lot of signs down here for an 0-2 count. Wouldn't think he would ask a bunt in this situation, but.
Good shot by Aaliyah. That finds some open space. Aaliyah holds up at first. Good idea. St. Clair got that ball over the second baseman very quickly. And that brings Vassos to third. For the first time in the game, Humber has a runner on third.
And see, just a little bit of a mistake there in my mind from St. Clair. 0-2 pitch to Davidson. You don't want them to be able to drive the ball on an 0-2 pitch. Doug Wiseman, I don't think, would have liked that, and he's now coming out to talk to his pitcher. Have a little discussion on the mound. As for the first time really today, Humber is threatening with runners at the corners with nobody out in the inning. Let's see how St. Clair now responds to a little bit of pressure put on them. Humber's been waiting to do this, as we've mentioned, all day, Matt, and maybe finally they're there. 2 runners on, and the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up.
Yeah, the first chink in the armor for St. Clair all day, it seems like.
No,
putting
you're
that
absolutely
pitch
right.
in hitting territory for OCAA Player of the Year last year, Aaliyah Davidson. And now Humber able to connect on that pitch and capitalize. Just a matter of finding a way to bring a runner home to tie this up with 0 outs.
Dwayne holding court with his players, and Jamie Vieira as well, the first base coach, who I also got the pleasure of coaching at Nationals. She came along with us. Good second baseman for us. Nice to see her out here coaching with Dwayne.
Here comes Megan Murphy.
We've had some big at-bats for Humber today, Matt, but I don't think there's a bigger one than there is right now.
You mentioned it, runners on the corners. Great look for Humber, and this is not something we've really seen. No outs with 2 on. Ball. Fans like that call. Lays down that slap.
Perfect job by Donaldson there. Or sorry, Davidson. The ground ball to second. She did the right thing and stopped. Took away the double play and allowing Humber to tie it up.
Heads up play by Davidson to bring home Vassos. Kind of get the sense things are turning here. You know, we saw Humber make a base running error earlier on. Now great heads up play. TC hits that deep. Out number 2. Game all tied up at 1-1.
Next at bat is Sarah Franchetto.
2 outs brings up Sarah Franchetto.
Had the home run in the 7th inning in game 1. Be nice if she could do it again here.
I think you could argue the biggest play of game 1 was that 2-run shot by St. Clair early on. Franchetto could respond. Good shot over there into left field. Brings Murphy over to second. Oh snap, it's Bonnie Gillingham with 2 on.
Is Bonnie Gillingham.
For the first time, we've seen Humber approach an inning with some real momentum. This Humber batting order, starting from the top, is giving Stiller all kinds of problems. That ball's up high.
And as we mentioned, Matt, the first time really St. Clair facing any adversity today, game 1 or 2. And Humber's responding nicely, and this could drop in, and it does.
Just a wicked spin on that ball makes it really tough.
There's the
St. Clair
breaks.
infielder to get a handle.
Yeah, absolutely. And the breaks that Humber haven't been getting it all day, they seem to be getting them all in this inning. Hitting an 0-2 pitch. And a little flare there just over the pitcher's head, drops between the pitcher and the shortstop with no hope of throwing the runner out.
Have a grand slam prediction by our head honcho, Jim Bialik.
Emily Erskine into pinch hit for Koziolik 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts looking today, as we mentioned, probably something that Coach Bowles does not like have happening. So Emily Erskine, who came into the first game to catch, having a chance here now with the bases loaded and 2 out here in the 6th inning to blow this open for Humber.
Strike 1 for Erskine. Erskine.
Tough play.
Good throw over to first. As much.
That was
we like what we saw out of Humber there, but St. Clair Saints still tight defensively with a good throw over to first.
18, Koziolik re-entering the game, going back to left field for Humber. But at least they tied it up, Matt. We have a game now going to the, where are we going? Top of the 7th.
The final inning of regulation.
This game has gone by quickly. At least it seems to have.
Now, we already had a tight schedule shifting all of our broadcast equipment over to the next game. Now, if this one goes into extras, it's going to be a mad dash.
You might have to call the game from here. Got the wide lens or the telephoto lenses on the cameras and go from
20/20 vision. I think I could.
There you go.
Do all right from here.
That hurts a little, though, leaving the bases loaded there in the bottom of the 6th inning. I thought it was going to be a tough play, but Emily Erskine just didn't have the speed to beat that out because it was a slow roller to short, and a lot of slow rollers have a great opportunity to be beaten out by the base runners, or by the hitter, but it wasn't meant to be. And now Miranda Pearson, who's pitched an awesome game, not allowing a run so far, if she can dust off the Saints here in this top of the 7th, give Humber an opportunity to win it in the bottom.
Bit of a problem facing these Hawks is that last inning was very successful offensively, but might have been a wake-up call for the Saints. We'll see how they come out here, not wanting to give the Hawks the opportunity to walk off in the 7th, because that offense is looking pretty hot.
Nice pitch.
2-2 count.
Real nice low pitch there by Pearson.
Strikes out the first batter, Jordan Clark. Not the result she was looking for. Humber rolling along here.
LaShaw's probably coming out of the game here. Pinch hitter for St. Clair. As Hannah DeRocher is coming in to pinch hit. First at bat of the day, I believe, for DeRocher.
Over to first for out number 2.
Back to the top of the order here for Kim Maroon. It's 0 for 3 here in game 2 after reaching base all 4 times she was up in game number 1. It's been a tough game offensively for St. Clair after scoring a lot in game 1 with that 10-1 victory over the Hawks.
Popped up. Looks like Pearson's going to call this one. Oh, a bit of a miscommunication. A bit of a good-hearted joke to Megan Murphy, pretending that she was upset with Murphy kind of creeping in there. Close call, though.
Communication key on that. I heard Miranda from here making the call. Megan Murphy was there as well. Didn't hear her call it. Normally I would like to see the pitcher peel off and have the second baseman take it, but if you get the out, you get the out. And now Humber in the bottom of the 7th has a chance with 1 run to win this ball game, Matt.
That's Haley Pasma coming out to lead things off. Humber Hawks fans just have to hope that offensive momentum carries over here. You've said that word a lot, but it's really just that kind of consistency and confidence that you have to build and hopefully carry over from the 6th over into the 7th here.
Next at bat is Haley Pasma.
Coach Bowles holding court there before the last inning seemed to work. The team was a little more energetic on the bench. You could hear them cheering a lot more, and it led to a run. It happens very often when you can feel the energy coming from the dugout, and now at least in their minds they can hit the ball and get some runs. So let's see if they can do it here in the 7th. Not a good start.
Out at first. That's really the trademark of this Humber team. It's energy from the dugout. Seems to be when they're at their best. It's been tough. It's been a long day. Able to blow things open in the 6th. Kate Kostick fouls the first pitch back. Another good look at Connorvale Park. Humber looking to walk out of here with the split. Top of the batting order coming up. Great hit right between the legs of the pitcher. And Kostuck makes her way to first.
And now to the top of the order. We got Vassos and Davidson coming up next for the Hawks, trying to push 1 run across here and win this ball game.
Next at bat is
Alexa
Vassos.
Vassos. Ball 1. Vassos shows bunt.
Humber hasn't had an easy time bunting the ball today. They have had their troubles, and that's led to some of the offensive struggles they've had. Cannot seem to get the bunt down when needed, and last game, Matt, St. Clair did a fabulous job of putting the ball in play very often on bunts leading to hits.
Vassos with a 1-1 count. Takes a swing there.
That did not hit the ground. We got there's a force at.
Yeah, not sure if that skipped the ground.
Definitely
or if that
skipped the ground. The umpire called no catch, but after taking the out at first, that eliminated the force out at second. They could have got the lead runner, but that will go down as a 6-3 put out. And the runner getting back to first.
Big swing by Davidson. Davidson's got runner on first. Caught, and that'll bring us into extras.
Coach Bialik just saying, run, don't even look at the ball, but it didn't matter. Extra innings. We get extra pay for this, Matt?
I believe so.
Yeah.
The overtime pay is whatever kind of hot dogs are left here at the SAA tent.
There we go. We'll have international tiebreaker rule here. Runner placed at second base for St. Clair. With nobody out, have a chance to get a run across. Just a little easier that way. Hopefully games end quicker. I think that is the strategy by instituting this rule.
Into extra innings, we are going to implement international tiebreaker rules. There will be a runner on second base. Start the inning.
Of course, St. Clair will start things off here behind the plate.
Kim Maroon will most likely be the player, the last out in the last inning, to be placed at second base.
Big meeting at the Saints dugout. Number 7, Roulette, leading off here. Tough look for Miranda Pearson. No choice but to start strong here in extra innings. Roulette takes a crack at it, fouls back. Towards our camera there, mounted behind home plate.
Maroon is out at second base to start this inning. Very often the strategy is to bunt the girl over, and that's what's happening now after a first
Puts
swing.
it down, over to first, high.
There's an error.
And that brings home Maroon. That throw was just a little high over to first. Puts St. Clair up 2-1. Not the way you want to start the 8th inning here.
It was a very good bunt, laid down right in front of the plate. Camilleri not happy with herself. She knows she could have made a better throw there. But Humber's got to forget about that now and get 3 outs here. But that's how fast things can happen in this game. Runner at second base, laid down the bunt, runner goes to third, a bad throw, and in she comes to score. So.
Another bunt laid down.
And
this time, bit of a miscommunication between TC and Pearson.
Coach Vieira is coming out to challenge a play here. I don't think anything's going to happen. Just asking for maybe an interference play on the batter. Maybe they thought maybe the ball hit her as she was running after the bunt.
Up to bat is Alexandra Sept.
So
2-1.
Again, back-to-back bunts. They're executed perfectly by St. Clair. We've talked about it all day. They've been able to do that. And it wouldn't shock me to see them lay another bunt down here. I know they have a strong hitter at the plate, but if I know Doug Wiseman, he may try to advance the runners again here.
Ball 1. Roulette and Lumley on base. Ball 2. Alexandra Sept getting up ahead.
And obviously doesn't look like she's going to be laying a bunt down. Chance for 2.
Over to first. Good double play there. Murphy with an excellent throw over to first.
That is Lauren Brown.
Humber obviously going to have to score a run in the bottom of the 8th, hoping it's only a single necessary. Going to have to keep St. Clair off the board, minimize the damage.
Yeah, and that is key. And the good thing for Humber is they'll be starting with Davidson at second base, a very fast runner. So they'll have that advantage of starting with a runner at second base. And then Murphy coming up first in the inning, most likely will try to advance the runner over to third. And we'll see what happens after that with Camilleri after. But first things first, they got to get out of this. Runner at third base. And as you mentioned, they got to minimize the damage here and get this out right now.
Mishandled. Bop. It really popped up there on Vassos.
She let the ball play her, Matt. Could have charged it, come up throwing. Let the ball play her, and it took a hop that she couldn't handle, and a huge run really for St. Clair there. Coach Wiseman coming in, making another substitution. Got a runner at first base.
Mary O'Neill, first-year player. Will come in to run on first.
She came in the first game pinch running as well. Engineer Austin. What's his name?
Last name might be Watson, but yeah,
no,
Austin.
It's Austin.
Yeah.
He was just looking, making sure we're okay over here.
Yeah,
I think he was checking out the canopy here. He's been our watchdog today, making sure we're safe.
Austin on the varsity ops team.
Yep.
Popped up. Vassos able to make the play. Humber, we're looking at a pretty tall mountain to climb here in the bottom of the 8th. Overtime.
Yeah, one run is something, that you can overcome with starting a runner. You can overcome two as well, but it's a lot more difficult overcoming a 2-run deficit. Starting with a runner at second base, which will be Aaliyah Davidson. Lots of speed. Base hit will score her no problem, but now you got to generate another one after that. And the way the Hawks have had trouble today generating runs, it's their backs are against the wall, to say the least, here to come up with two. Try to scrape out a split of this doubleheader. The men practicing behind us. Now, is someone watching behind us so we don't get hit with a ball flying over the fence?
Austin, where are you? No, he's out of reach.
Okay. Yeah, Austin's back up in the stands. So
I got my fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we're okay.
If I have to take regulation-sized baseball to the back in order for the Humber Hawks softball to get a win here, then I will do that.
Yeah, okay.
I bleed
you
blue and yellow.
Well, it's been a pleasure being here today, Matt. I want to thank you and Jimmy for asking me to come out. It's been a lot of fun. It's been 30 years between broadcasting assignments on Humber Radio or Humber Video, so it's been good.
Well, I was going to say before things wrapped up here, Chris, thanks for joining. It's definitely added some real color to the broadcast today with your experience in softball coaching and knowing some of these girls on the team. And
yeah,
it's really
been fun for
fun
sure.
for me as a broadcasting student to kind of see how the pros do it,
Well, you've done a very good job. I wish I was as polished as you are when I was going to school, that's for sure.
I appreciate
Done a very good job.
I learned the all-important tape the notes to the table
Yeah,
trick
you tape
when
them
it's a
down,
windy
you
day
see.
like today.
Well, I learned this from Joe Bowen. I engineered games for Joe Bowen at Maple Leaf Gardens, and he would tape all his stuff down. So it didn't blow away. Even in inside of a building, sometimes things can blow around, and got to keep everything organized. So yeah, you bring your hockey tape. You always have that in your bag, and you just tape everything down.
Davidson on second. Murphy up first, pops it up, finds some real estate. Davidson's going to hold up at third.
That's a
Runners
big
in the
hit.
corner.
Yep. A big start to the inning, having a base hit there. Being down 2 runs, the bunt probably not an option. And now Camilleri can win it with a belt. And she definitely has the ability to do that.
Saw her do that 2 nights ago here at Connervale.
1 home run in the year. Oh. Just got under this one a little bit.
Next at bat, Sarah Franchetto.
Brings up Franchetto.
And we know what she did in game 1. With the home run. Really a meaningless home run at the time, but these are the reasons that maybe they're not meaningless, because some confidence can go a long way. And a home run now would obviously not be meaningless.
Somebody's got to be the hero. It might as well be Sarah Franchetto. Strike 2.
2 good pitches there. Want to see some aggressive hitting at this point in the game. Now you got to cut it down and protect the plate.
That pitch is high. Davidson's going to post up at
Probably
third.
a wise move. That thing came off the backstop very quickly. A very fortunate bounce for the catcher and a wise decision by Davidson. Being down 2, her run really doesn't mean anything. It's that runner at second base, which means everything right now. So base hit now could score the tying run.
Franchetto
This could be
pops
trouble.
that one up. Handled. Davidson on her way home. She's called out. That's out number 3.
I don't know why you do it.
Davidson makes the effort. Looks like she's coming up a bit limp at home plate. Tough way to go out here.
But again, I don't understand that decision, tagging up in that situation. That run didn't mean anything. You needed the runner at second base, but a strong throw by the center fielder, a great tag by the catcher, and Davidson looked like she could have been hurt on the play.
Here we see the throw at home.
It was actually, the throw was up the third base line, but it was a perfect throw as it turned out, because it was right where Davidson was coming in. So unfortunate happenings there, as Gillingham would have been on deck or at the plate with still runners at first or second and third with an opportunity to tie it up. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, Matt, and that's the ball game.
Round of applause here for the Humber Hawks. The fans like the effort they saw, especially here in game 2, and we'll have to do the lightning round deconstruction and go set up on the field A for our men's baseball game. Chris, I want to thank you again for being at the broadcast today, and had a lot of fun, really did, and all the best. Hopefully we can do this again soon.
Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure, and I really appreciate you guys asking me to come on.
All right, we'll be on the Hawk Sports Network for men's doubleheader at about 5 o'clock.